Hello and welcome to this round of the Rei Sportscar Championship here at Kyoto Driving Park Combined. This is actually round 6 of the Rei Sportscar Championship. Round 5 sadly missed, but we will talk about that in a second. So as we look towards the grid here for this opening race, we've got 2 sprint races. We've got Luke Mitchell on pole position. In second place we've got Charlie Fraser. In third place we've got Happy Hippie 79. In fourth we've got Samios. In fifth place we've got Scanny Flick, and in sixth place we've got Mr. Mako. And speaking of Mr. Mako, he was the driver who won last time out at Tokyo Expressway. It was a 1 hour endurance race and he dominated the race to win by over 40 seconds. On the podium, I believe, at Tokyo was Alex. He starts 7th today. 8th position is Scuderia driver, who's had some good races recently. And then in 9th, and our championship leader is Sig Rezonico. And then last on the grid, who has decided to start at the back of the grid for his own decisions, is Pixteca, and he's got a nice new livery. So as we head off here for the first of two 15-lap races, pointing out that all drivers must use both compounds of tyres. Those compounds are the soft tyres and the medium tyres. Luke Mitchell here on pole position, starting on the racing soft tyres. So he is in his Honda, and away he goes to lead away Charlie Fraser, who is also on soft tyres, as we go into this very fast opening left turn. As we go through the field, you can see that we've got Sammy and Happy also on soft tyres, so a lot of the field using softs. But here is our first medium runner. It's Scanny Flick. Now Scanny has been excellent on tyre wear this season, so I assume that he'll be going for a 1-stop. Not sure if any drivers are going to go for the 2-stop, but it is a short pit lane. Meanwhile, if we go further up, we've got Sammy there fighting with Happy Hippie, so that's good racing there. And as we go, ooh, very tight defending, Happy Hippie on the outside, and Happy Hippie's gone a bit too late and into the wall, and that's really unfortunate. And let's actually try and get a Wolf Cola sponsored replay. So if we go on board with Happy Hippie going to this extraordinary downhill left turn, Sammy with an excellent move around the outside there, keeps it, and then but Happy Hippie are trying to make the move. Sammy moves to the inside, and then Happy Hippie seems to sort of get caught there. Bit of miscommunication, I think, between Sammy and Happy Hippie, and that sends Happy Hippie down towards the back of the field. Meanwhile, Scuderia driver, so he's trying to catch up Alex. Meanwhile, if we actually look a bit further behind, we can see that Happy Hippie and Sig Rezonico here are fighting in the Miyabi part of Kyoto Driving Park. Meanwhile, our leader, leading excellently. Well, not anymore, he's spun out. Luke Mitchell was leading, he is spun out of the lead, meaning that our new race leader is Charlie Fraser. So Charlie actually led for a large portion of one of the races at Kyoto Driving Park the last time we were here a few weeks ago. That was just the Yamagiwa reverse section. And he's already in the lead yet again. Sammy, after his opening move on Happy Hippie, is in second place, but we're going to go further back because we've got Scuderia driver Alex and... no, just Scuderia driver and Alex fighting here for 5th and 6th. So Scuderia driver managed to get past Alex. Oh, and now they move into 4th and 5th because Mr. Mako there has fallen behind. Beautiful view of all of the cars, and we're just going to go... oh, well, I was actually going to go and look at Pix's new Mickey House livery, but sadly I chose the incorrect moment. So it is crucial for some of these runners who are near the back of the field, who started on the medium tyres, to really hold up any soft tyre runners or to actually gain any ground on those starting ahead. So we've just got 2 Nissan GTRs here fighting. Alex a little bit wider than Scudero there coming out of the left-hand turn. Might allow him to get a good exit, but seems to be falling behind. They are both on medium tyres though, so the pace difference might be quite similar. Meanwhile, seems... so Samios has gone wide, and Scaniflicker around the outside. So Happy Hippie went around the outside last time and went into the wall. This time though, Scaniflicker gets the cutback. And as they approach the Miyabi section, Scaniflick goes in second place. So we've got a British 1-2. And then further back we've got an international pair with Americans, we've got Dutch driver, Irish, and they are all very, very close. So Happy Hippie is regaining some ground here early on in this race after that opening lap skirmish. But he is on the softer tyres, and that will go on board with him as we go into this very awkward section. It's a double apex right-hander, and it seems like Alex has missed the first of those apexes. Happy Hippie did as well, but Happy Hippie was able to stay on track a little bit more. And that's Alex falling down to 6th, and really not what he would have wanted early on in this race. So we go further back, and we've got Luke Mitchell's making his way. He's made his way up to 9th place. Meanwhile, one driver who's struggling to make ground is Sig Rezanico. Now Sig Rezanico, who has won quite a few races this season, has a very large amount of ballast. There was a rule change recently, which means that the ballast is for power and weight ballast. And with Mako having a few poor rounds, it means that the speed difference between Sig's Honda and Mako's Honda is a little bit different, but Sig's skill here means that he might be able to get past Mako as we go into the S's here side by side. There's contact between the two, and Sig actually does make it. So that was a good move from Sig Rezanico. Mako maybe didn't notice Sig there on the inside. But yeah, with ballast, it means that Sig is going to find it a lot harder to catch up these up at the front. Oh, we got racing here between Scudero driver and Happy Hippie, and let's actually just go back a quick while. So as we go side by side, it's close racing, but yeah, it's very hard to make a move on the outside there. As we saw the last lap, Scanny cut back on the inside. But it does seem as if the soft tyres that Happy Hippie is using will aid him in his attempts to get into 4th place here. Let's ride on board again. This could be where Happy Hippie makes the move. So Scudero goes to the outside. Happy Hippie will go to the inside, and that's... Oh! Contact, so Scudero there going towards the apex, and I think Happy Hippie there has actually moved into 4th place. But Scudero is fighting back. Goes to the inside of the hairpin. Is that going to work? Ooh! Happy Hippie falls to the edge of the track but stays ahead as Scudero slows down on the exit of the turn. Happy Hippie actually has the fastest lap of the race so far on those soft tyres. Ooh, but running wide there means that I don't think he's going to keep that fastest lap for long. One driver that might get that is Charlie Fraser, who's leading excellently, but only a few seconds behind is Samios. And I must say that the consistency there from Charlie Fraser, if we just look at his lap times, 0.02 of a second between his 2nd lap and his 3rd lap. We've got small racing here between the Lexus of Happy Hippie and the Nissan of Scudero driver. Can you hold it around the S's? No, you can't. Good defending so far. Ooh, but there's just a car width that Happy Hippie has left, and as we go on board with Scudero driver on the inside, I think he's made that move. He has. Good move there, and now if we go back on board with Happy Hippie, we'll see that his soft tyres are starting to wear quite heavily. So we are on lap 4, but this is a long track, and that Scudero driver braking very late, and after making that good move, Oh, after making that good move, he almost lost it. And Flick has lost out. Apologies for missing that, but it seemed to have happened quite a while ago. Because Samios on his soft tyres is closing the ground and might be on course for a race victory here today. We're going to go a bit further back. Okay, turns out probably having to go further back than I thought, but Sigros and Nico has managed to get by Alex and Claire, both of which are on medium tyres, but Sig has controlled the tyres a little bit better so far. If we look in the bottom left turn, there's no fuel problems here either driver today. It's just tyres that they both have to focus on. Oh, and I think that was Sig running a little bit wide, and yeah, you can see that now Alex closing the very squirmish Honda there. Can Alex make a move on the ballast-stricken Honda, and that's Scuderia off the track. So let's just catch a Wolf Cola replay as we go into the hairpins. Are Happy Hippie's going to make the move? Oh, and that's a very, very, very late defence there by the Dutch driver. He goes off into the wall. Happy Hippie had gone for the move, and I think at that point Happy Hippie was committed and really couldn't do much else about that. So Scuderia falls down to 7th, but still ahead of Mako, who's having a bit of a poor time of it so far this race. He was starting near the front, but things just haven't gone too well. Not as well as they did at Tokyo. Luke Mitchell with a good last lap, so he's had some good lap on soft tyres, and yet he is the first driver to pit, and then Pixteca there in 10th place. So as we go back up to the lead, we can see the Supercar World sponsored Honda of Charlie Fraser. But if you just compare the lap times, not as consistent this time at 6.8, but did get half a second advantage from Samios. Both of those drivers are on the soft tyres, meanwhile Scaniflick is driving excellently on mediums, and I would not be surprised if Scaniflick can win this race, honestly. He's probably in the best position to, because the pace difference between the soft and mediums is a couple of seconds. And once all drivers have made their pit stops, you might see Scani making a couple of overtakes and winning this race. Also, I must say that Scaniflick's livery is absolutely superb. Slightly further back, we've got a three-car train here with Happy Hippie, Sigros, Nico and Alex Sinclair. So Happy Hippie's tyres, I think, are starting to wear out here on lap 5. You can see that his front right especially is taking a pounding. That's probably due to the first sector, as well as also the Miyabi section. So turn 1 is very tough on the right hand side tyres, as is the downhill left turn just after the S's. Will we see any of the leaders come to the pits? Charlie doesn't, Sammy doesn't, Scani definitely doesn't, and no Happy Hippie actually stays out, so we might see people pitting on lap 6 if they are then going to the soft tyres. Meanwhile, Scuderia driver is going very early onto the soft tyres, so maybe he's going for a 2-stop. We'll see if that pays out in about 20 minutes time. But if we go to the closest battle on track, it's between Sig and Alex Sinclair. Oh, and Sig there getting very, very loose, and that might give Alex the opportunity that he has been waiting for. Round the outside, no, Alex cannot do that. We did see Sammy pull that off on lap 1. but it's a very difficult move to do. Sig defending on the inside. So to cut forward, and Charlie Fraser has made an error, but wouldn't really be able to see what that was. Apologies. Oh, so just going into the hairpin, Charlie Fraser braked a bit too late, and that really allowed Sammy to make the move there. So we've had a couple of drivers off there, and this might give opportunity for Sammy to get some clean air. So yeah, through that very awkward hairpin, where do you... what apex do you hit? I don't think any of these drivers know. I don't know. Don't think our championship leader Sig Rezanico knows. So we've got racing here. Charlie trying to regain the lead with the cutback on the hairpin. No, not quite. So Sammy just had enough of an overlap as we go into this downhill chicane with a very tough curb on the outside. But if you hit that curb just at the wrong angle, you can spear off the track. I would expect at least one of these two drivers to enter the pits. We got Sammy just ahead. No, but Charlie. No, that is surprising. And if we just compare the tyre race, it's Scani here doing some good lap times and might be able to take the lead pretty soon. Happy Hippie meanwhile did pit on lap 6. Oh, and Alex Sinclair's got ahead of Sig Rezanico into 4th position. Apologies for missing this, but we went into the awkward apex hairpin, so I was saying that I don't think that even Sig Rezanico knows where the apex is, but well, it seems like Alex does know where the apex is. Good driving there, I think. Don't believe there was contact. If there was, I don't believe it would have affected the overtake. So there's a cut back to newer footage. Just got Alex here about 10 seconds behind the leader Samios. But Samios is on softs, Charlie's on softs, and Alex is on mediums, but Alex is not the leading medium runner. That is Scaniflick in 3rd. We've got Mr. Mako and Scooter Ridge Driver here fighting for 7th place. So Mako yet to make a pit stop, and Scooter Ridge Driver goes down the inside. And I think that's actually a good move. Now, what tyres is Scooter Ridge Driver on? He's on softs. So will he go 9 laps on softs, or is he going to do a 2-stop? I would expect the latter. But if he is doing a 2-stop, then he needs to make a gap now for Mako after that overtake to beat Mako. Luke Mitchell currently has the fastest lap of the race. He made a pit stop on lap 4. On fresh softs now, probably on a 2-stop. It's still all up to play for because, you know, Samios is leading, but we'll have to use the slower tyres than that Sig. Well, I don't know what it is, but it seems as if Sig is able to control any slide that he gets here in this Rei Sportscar Championship. So many times I've witnessed him being very, very loose with that Honda, but it seems like every single time he manages to control it. We've got Charlie, who was in 2nd place, entering the pits. Be interesting to see if he comes out behind Sig and Alex, and he does, as we watch them come through Turn 1. Hence, the comparison I'm going to give is with Happy Hippie, and Happy Hippie, who has attempted an undercut possibly, is still behind the Scottishman. Yeah, it's all up to play for because Sammy's still going to use mediums, but Scanny, who is just behind, does have to use the soft tyres, which are certainly quicker. Oh, and Mako, I think, has made a small mistake because now Luke Mitchell's moved up to 8th position here out of the 10 runners. Slightly smaller grid than usual, as a couple of drivers have unfortunately had to pull out for various reasons. We've got the fierce rivals here fighting for 3rd place. I don't know if Sig is flashing in an angry way, a funny way, or an Italian emotional way, but he certainly will want to get past Alex Sinclair. Can you make a dive bomb into the hairpin like Alex did earlier? No, Alex fends it off. So Sig in his excellent Rei Brig livery. Still not possible to make a move there. So Sammy, lap 8, he's made those tyres last quite a while, but you can see that his front right tyre is degrading heavily. Meanwhile, I think Scanny Flick has made a couple of mistakes as the gap to Sammy has increased quite significantly over the course of lap 8. Oh, and something I've missed. So this hairpin, we've seen a lot of moves made here, and there's another one. So Happy they're making a crucial move on Charlie Fraser. Charlie is on medium tyres, Happy on soft tyres. And now, after that overtake, Happy can get some ground and potentially beat Charlie after the course of 15 laps. So we're now about halfway through. Our 2 leaders have now pitted, so Scanny Flick. Let's see where they come out. So Samuels comes out in 3rd, just had a Happy Hippie who just made that move. Charlie is in 5th. He stays ahead of Scanny. But Scanny's now on soft tyres. We'll go to the lead. Our new leader is the Irish driver of Alex Sinclair. Will need to pit for softs, as will the closing driver of Sig Rezo Nico. Ooh, bit on the grass there as we enter the braking zone for this tight hairpin. This might be where Sig can get a cut back, but Alex actually got on the curb a bit, and if anything that helped Alex stay ahead. So Sammy, fresh mediums, 3rd place. Happy, slightly worn softs in 4th. Charlie on fresh mediums in 5th, and then close behind is Scanny on fresh softs. Any of these 6 drivers, I think, could win, but it's most likely to be between Sammy and Scanny, I'd say. As we go up front, and Sig unable to make a move back ahead of Alex. Sig staying in 2nd. But we can see these 6 cars all in one shot. That is absolutely fantastic here. The Rei Sportscar Championship as at its best. Might see these 2 drivers come into the pits. And that's actually 7 drivers in the shot. The Scuderia driver is not too far behind. And we see the leader Alex and Carplet, and Sig goes straight in behind. So our new leader, Sammy, has led quite a lot of this race so far. 2nd, Happy Hippie, 3rd, Charlie, and Scanny on his fresh soft, yet to make an overtake. If we go further back, so Alex has rejoined in 6th, with Sig 7th, so both of those are behind Scuderia driver. And we've got Luke making a 2-stop strategy here, and Mako making what I think is his first pit stop, and he goes on to soft tyres. And he rejoins just ahead of Luke Mitchell, and then in 10th place we've got the Nicky House livery of Pixtecker. Oh, And Charlie Fraser's made a mistake, and that'll drop him out of the podium positions here with just 5 laps to go. Or has he made a mistake? Oh, it's... well, I don't know. Seems sort of like a racing incident. Scannyflick making the move on the inside, and then just the smallest bit of contact at that really fast turn has sent Charlie into the wall and down to 5th place. So now here's our top 3 in shots, so after those pit stops and that incident, it's spread out a little bit more. But Scannyflick here might just get into 2nd place, but no. Lexus there, holding on. But this could be a good opportunity for Scannyflick to go up the hill into the hairpin. This is a great opportunity at Kyoto Driving Park. Ooh, slight contact, but no harm done. It was good defending, and it was an attacking move, but it wasn't too overly aggressive. Certainly not a dive bomb. So we've now got the opening pack of 3. We've got Scuderia Driver kind of on his own there in 4th place for now. And then we've got the second pack of 3 for 5th, 6th and 7th between Charlie, Alex and Sig. Charlie getting loose, meanwhile the lonely driver of Scuderia Driver will fall behind now with his 2nd pit stop of the race. Ooh, and I'm sorry to cut away from that racing, but we got a crucial move, not only for 2nd, for what could be a potential win, as Scanny, on his fresh softs, is making ground. He could get his debut win of the Rei Sportscar Championship. So Happy Hippie just ran a bit too wide. And if Freddie cut back to the racing here, we've got Alex on the inside making a similar move. And I think that move... yep, that move done there for Alex. That's a good move. So saying about that, this could be Scanny's first win of the Rei Sportscar Championship. It could also be Samuels' first win of the Rei Sportscar Championship, I think. It would be a very surprise win for either driver, no matter what. Oh, and there's someone drowned. Is it Sig? Sig, our championship leader. So he's not under pressure, but I think he's just run wide. Oh, he's just got on the curb. Well, I was saying that he seems to be able to control his car no matter what. But the curbs here at Kyoto Driving Park are numerous and will punish you. So that's Stig actually down to 7th for Scuderia, makes his way to 6th. And both of those I think are on fresh softs. Yeah, they are. Scuderia is actually on fresher softs. So Sig has his work cut out now if he's going to finish in the top 6. 7th place is certainly not where he would want to finish. But with the ballast, it might have been possibly where he expected. If we actually go up front, we've got a race for the lead. We've got about 4 laps to go. We've got Scanny making a move. No, a bit too far back, but he knew that. I wouldn't be surprised if Sammy holds on for dear life. He's known for a very robust defence. His defence so far in the Rei Sportscar Championship here in these Group 2 cars has been phenomenal. And if he pulls off some more phenomenal driving, he might find himself winning. Happy Hippie there goes into the pits there with a few laps to spare. His tyres were gone. He will go onto a fresh set of soft tyres. So that means that Alex Sinclair pushes himself up into 3rd place. Ooh, Sig dropped back. Oh no, sorry. He hasn't dropped back, he just hasn't gained any ground. So apologies for that. Happy Hippie rejoins just ahead of those two though into our 5th place. And if we go back to this battle for the lead, Sammy and Scanny Flick, who will come out on top? I really do not know. We've had so much action that it has been hard to watch it all. Ooh, and I think we've actually got a driver spinning near the back. I believe it is likely the Mexican driver of Pixdecker based on the position on the track map. Not a race he would have wanted to have, but he might be happy with a top 10 finish. Scanny going to the outside as we enter this awkward turn. I wish that this had an official name, but I might just name it the awkward turn. So Sammy's already starting to be very defensive. Will he be defensive again as we go into this hairpin? Very slightly, but nothing too defensive actually. We're just going to cut away for a moment and just see. I think we got a close battle. No, not as close as I actually thought it was. Oh, and I'm sorry, but we've actually missed that. And Samios has gone wide of the chicane. And now Scanny Flick going into the lead. So Samios there costing himself the lead. And let's get a Wolf Cola replay with the Wolf Cola car. And yeah, it's just that curb. Caught him out. Slow acceleration away, and that's Scanny moving into first place with only a handful of laps to go. And I think that this is now Scanny's to lose. I think if he doesn't make a mistake, he's got this one in the bag. He had good pace on mediums and he's kept it safe, unlike some other drivers who have ended up running off the track. Sammy almost running off the track, although if you're going to run off the track anywhere, turn 1 isn't the worst place due to the excess of runoff. There's certainly been some action that we've missed here, so Alex has now got a very large gap in third place. Had he been fourth after his pit stop, he's actually gone onto medium tyres. Maybe he hadn't used the medium tyres yet. I might be mistaken with his strategy calls. Scuderia getting his best lap of the race just on the previous lap. He's in 5th place. Charlie Fraser, I think, has made a mistake. He's dropped down to 6th. And then 7th, Sigras and Nico. 8th, Luke Mitchell. Mako down to 9th, and then in the top 10 is Pixdecker. At the start of this top 10 is Scanny Flick, and you can see the gap he's already pulled away. Good 2 seconds here already on Sammy. Seems like the go faster stripes on the front of Sammy's car are certainly helping here today. He'll be very happy with 2nd place, even with that mistake costing him the lead. Not sure he would have been able to hold on otherwise. So Kyoto Driving Park is one of the fictional tracks created by Polyphony Digital for Gran Turismo Sport. It's got a wide range of corners, but it's generally very fast. But this is the combined layout, which includes the Miyabi section, and it's linked with 2 very awkward and tight hairpins. So the natural speed of the Yamagiwa layout that we raced on a few weeks ago, not found all the way here at Kyoto Driving Park combined. Things have spread out a little bit with just 2 laps to go. It's been hard to keep a track of the strategies, but we've had a few drivers do a 2-stop, and I think the most successful of them has been Happy Hippie. Scanny Flick and Alex in 1st and 3rd started on the medium tyres. Meanwhile, Sammy is the best runner who started on soft tyres and did a 1-stop as well, making that clear. We do find that in the Rei Sportscar Championship, anything can happen. So as much as Scanny might be getting a lead right now, there's still a good 3 minutes to go. So who knows what will happen. The time here at Kyoto is quite late, so you can see that a lot of these cars have their lights flashing on. Ooh, and we got a car round. It's Mako in the wall. So let's just catch a replay here. So he's actually moved into 8th position ahead of Luke Mitchell. And he's run wide, he's had a lapse of concentration and then slammed into the barrier. And then a 3-point turn and a reverse to get back the correct way. So this is the first of 2 races here at Kyoto, the second of which will have a reverse grid of these race results. So Scani does win here in race 1, he will be starting 10th for race 2. Meanwhile Sig, who's had a disappointing race, will start in the opening few rows actually. So our drivers are on the final lap now. We've got probably 5-second gaps between most of the cars, and there's a car off. Is that Charlie Fraser or is it Sig Nico? It's a second spin, I believe, for the Italian. If we go on board, is it a curb again? Oh no, it's not the curb. It's one of his infamous slides, and for once it's his own oversteer catching him out as he counter oversteer the car into the outside wall. This is certainly a race for Sig to spaghetti forgetti. Luke Mitchell, he's in the pits. Is this because he hasn't used the soft tyres yet? It might be the reason. I can't remember his full strategy, but considering he had a gap to Mako anyway, he stays in 8th place. But if we go near the front, we can see this gap that Scani Flick has managed to create in his Motul matte black and red car. He's only about a sector away from winning his first ever Rei Sportscar Championship race. Meanwhile, Sammy and Alex seem to be second and third on the podium. So yeah, superb drive from Scani Flick as he goes through the final turn here. Well-deserved win. He's shown excellent promise in earlier rounds, especially at Catalunya. And he will take his debut victory in the RSC. Samuel, you can see here in second place. Alex Sinclair will round off the podium. He's had a couple of podiums so far this season. 4th place is Happier Peak with Scooter rear driver in 5th place, just running slightly on the grass there at the end. So good results from all of those drivers. Charlie Fraser possibly could have been fighting with Samuels, but a couple of mistakes, a couple of incidents, and he's down to 6th place. Sig Nico with a race to forget in 7th place. And then further back, we've got Luke Mitchell in 8th. He started on pole position, but he'll start in 3rd place for the second race, I think. 9th place is Mako, who seems to have had a couple of mistakes on his previous lap there with a 2-minute 25-second lap. Lot of wear on his front right tyre. Tyre wear certainly hasn't been the strong suit here for the Hungarian. But maybe in the upcoming season he can improve and find himself challenging for more wins. And then in last place in the top 10 we've got Pixtecker. So fastest lap of 2:7.4, which is really good there from Pixtecker. And that is the end of race 1 here at Kyoto Driving Park. We will see you for race 2. Thank you.